Begin broadcast. Humble Among broadcast system number 83 has begun. Okay, I've already did the pre-sharing tonight. So I'm going to post this little picture one more place. Broadcast.
Wake up first in the chat.
System. What's up, Wake Up?
Razel second in the chat.
83. What's up, Razel? What's up, Alacuria? Whoop whoop. Blasian Mom 420.
Jocelyn.
Shouts out to Violet. Shouts out to our goddaughter. God niece. Is that even a thing? Shouts out to C Nasty.
Scotty Dub.
Shouts out to Scotty Dub. Daniel Linnenkamp.
Adam Thomas.
Adam. Yeah. Oh, I didn't. That's a new name to the Alienated. Shouts out to Adam.
That's the one that I was telling you about.
Oh, that joined just recently. Shouts out to Adam. Welcome.
Little Ninja,
Little Taffy, Ashhole, Wakanda, Jason Jones, Anthony Gould, Benjamin Jenkins, Clown Devil Boy.
Jenkins got a sexy ass wife too.
Shouts out to everybody up in this place. We're gonna
Oh, she forgot her name is Green now. Yeah.
Shouts out to Razel, just rejoined the alien.
Yeah, we know Stony. No video.
Yeah, dog. Stony always helpful. Hold on, Stony. Hold on. There. Video. Shouts out to Stony going live tonight. The return of Stony Low on Gather.network. Go give Gather.network some love.
Jacoby, Dad, Lonely Dragon, Jason
Among Broadcast System 83 is live
Scotty Dub.
Humble Among on YouTube, whatever.
Clown Devil Boy up in this bitch. JPC up in this bitch. Did you listen to Shaggy's new album, Daddy?
No, the new song. There's not a new album. I sure did. It's a good fucking song.
I didn't listen to it. I'm bad.
We did listen to the new Atmosphere. That's about all you got a chance to listen to this week. I fucking loved it. I've listened to it a couple of times. We didn't even finish
the Atmosphere thing, though.
Yeah, we only got halfway.
Tobias Stoned. How you doing?
Okay, we'll post that. That's good enough. Okay.
Preston, what you playing with over there? Come here, boy. Come here. Taffy wants to see you.
He's already up in here.
Come here, babies.
All right. We have begun Humble Among Broadcast System number 83.
Preston, say hi to
Preston
Taffy.
in the place. I don't know if Preston's ever been on cam.
Say hi to Taffy. She loves Preston.
One of the Greys. Oh, shit. Little Ninja.
Kitty action already.
Member of the Alienated for 7 months.
Tara sent
Berber
y'all some
Ding
goodies.
Peep the reference.
Chloe,
I don't know what that is. Oh, wait, by the way, let's gear whoop from Roselle as well. I forgot to read his message.
Tara sent us some goodies. Are they smell good goodies? Because I know she's doing this.
Obviously it's the weekend, by the way. It's Sunday, so I haven't gotten a chance to go to the mailbox, the P.O. box.
Hoop.
But
I got my hoops on.
Are we ready for the gathering? No. Not remotely at all. We are not ready at all.
Just tried on my second gathering outfit.
Yeah, you did. You just showed me right before.
Mm-hmm.
So you have 2 fits ready.
I do.
I'm going to crack this Red Bull, by the way. Yeah, well, let's get this out of the way. We tried this for the first time. This is a new Red Bull.
Jiggy
the
Fresh
new
up in
summer
the chat.
edition. Shouts out to Jiggy Fresh and Team MUJ. We're going to show some love to... actually, might as well while they're in here. Let's go up to Team MUJ. There's the P.O. box. We're going to go skip ahead to a few things. Team MUJ has a Intergalactic craft beer exchange that they announced on, I believe, Saturday night. They went live and announced this. I saw it, I believe, being shared today for the first time. Intergalactic craft beer exchange. I'm going to be pulling up this even though I don't fucking drink. Because we walked by them doing it last year when we were filming the merch row. They were literally having the craft beer exchange when we walked by. So I'm definitely trying to actually pull up and kick it and get some footage of the craft beer exchange and some interviews.
We watched that recently, Clown. It was really Knock at the Cabin Door.
Oh, it was great. Yeah, we talked about it a few episodes ago.
I cried like a little bitch. Great.
Actually, let me go back. We're gonna have to go back in time.
Yeah, we gotta hand them to Wakanda the beers. We can give them to Wakanda so then I can try them and then make that face that I make anytime I taste one of Wakanda's drinks.
Oh, that would be great. Try all the weird beer. You can be the weird beer trier. Why didn't I get you drinking Wakanda's weird beers last year is a big question. There's a lot of stuff, you know, there's a lot of stuff I miss at the gathering. Speaking of missing stuff at the gathering, my homie Stony in the chat, Gather Network in the chat. Stony heckling people with the real human shit. You guys will see references on my social media about real human shit. That's a reference to Stony Low heckling people at the gathering that they're about to step in real human shit. And God, that at 3 a.m. that shit was just so funny.
Wakanda said,
but it seems like the type of thing. It just seemed like the type of thing in the moment. That's like, you know, friends high at 3 a.m, fucking laughing at something that maybe wouldn't translate to the viewing audience. But God damn it, I wish I would have just filmed it just to have it at this point. Relic, a member for 9 months, one of the oldest members of the longest running members of the Alienated.
I'm 9 months.
Do it, just boof it.
I'm like 9 months and 7 days. I saw that.
Of course you are, though. You gotta be, right?
Rockstar-ish, like I'm Jonathan Koshchek.
Shouts out to Kolchak the Night Stalker. I mean, Kosuke the Night Stalker. The next single I'm dropping, by the way, is produced by Kosuke. It's a joint that we've been working on for like a fucking year. I started this joint. It's
so good. It hasn't been 17 minutes, has it?
Oh, no, it has not. Not even close. I'm eager. I'm eager, though.
There you go, Lil Ninja. I did the scatting for you.
We got a lot of stuff to talk about tonight, though. Let's just jump right in with some of the images that I've already teased a little bit.
Saw, dude, Darby.
Oh, what's up, Darby? Whoop, whoop. This is, by the way, what will hopefully be a start of 2 Humble Among broadcast systems a week, because I have to pack in so much shit into these episodes. This will just be easier for me to hopefully commit to doing 2 a week. So expect a weekend edition or end of weekend edition, and also a middle of the week edition, if you will.
Read that right there.
Starting a movement to bring Subtronics to the gathering. That would be fresh. I know that's why she just marked out. Stay up till you wake up. We're going to Lost Lands this year.
So we're definitely going to see Subtronics. You already know. I wish Tori Toto was going to Lost Lands too.
So this is a commitment, though, to try, hopefully. No guarantees with how crazy my fucking life is. No guarantees on, but I'm going to fucking definitely try to, because it makes it easier for me, one, and I get to talk about more shit, too, because every episode I'm having to make tough decisions on what I want to talk about, and this just gives me more options. And plus, sometimes, like, one of the things I'm going to talk about tonight, by the time I fucking talk about, like, I'll just go ahead and talk about it, Shaggy the Airhead drops. Oftentimes, by the time we're talking about them, they're already gone from the store.
Yeah.
Which sucks. I mean, shit, almost every drop he's done recently, by the time we talk about it, it's the middle of the week, and that shit stopped on Sunday. I think the one we're talking about tonight actually starts on Sunday. So I think we'll have a chance to give you the heads up on it for once.
Subtronics Blunts and Blondes tour is the most ratchet filth I've even spun Cillian. Let me tell you, Spun.
Is Blunts and Blondes another
Yes.
act?
Blunts and Blondes
I like that name.
Probably be at Lost Lands. They usually are. I like Blunts and Blondes. I don't think I've played you any Blunts and Blondes. I need to get on that.
I want to see some metal acts at the gathering, maybe Slipknot. God, that would be so fresh. Slipknot's such a long shot, though, Lil Ninja. It seems that City Morgue was the big get this year, according to Violent J on a couple of interviews. By the way, we will be breaking down both main appearances that Violent J did this week on Finn McKinley's YouTube channel, and also the Juggalo show last night. Props to the Juggalo show for doing an excellent interview with the Duke, by the way. We will be comparing and contrasting both appearances, because he said similar things on both, but I found it interesting some of the differences that he said on both interviews.
How you feel about Big Hoodoo?
I'm not the hugest Big Hoodoo fan, honestly. If I'm being real with y'all, I'm not the big, but I haven't peeped all of his music. I think that first Hoodoo album, I don't know, I think it gets tiresome by the middle point of it. And I just kind of wasn't feeling it. But I haven't listened to all Hoodoo.
Wake Up is silly. He said looking forward to 4 Non-Blondes.
At the gathering? 4 Non-Blondes got announced?
Because I'm talking about Blunts and Blondes.
Oh. I see what you did, Wake Up. I don't hate Hoodoo though. I think Hoodoo has a great voice. I just think that the gimmick gets a bit tiresome. I think he's got a couple of really fucking good songs though. That I Ain't Never Had Shit joint is actually probably my favorite big Hoodoo song, because it's just so fucking gut wrenching. Parts of that song, it's fucking gut wrenching.
Should we try this before we get real started on this?
Yeah. Definitely while we're in here, we got another little quick.
This is Lucha.
Let me put this out for a second.
Fucking Jones soda, and it's hatch chili and lime. It says it's only 1 on the spice level. So I'm a little scared, y'all.
Yeah, so we saw this at Target today when we went shopping earlier. Emily saw it, really. But it's very intriguing because it's got the Lucha on there, and it's chili and lime.
It tastes like jalapeno soda.
I can smell it. Before I even took a sip, I could smell the jalapeno.
I know it's
It's not horrible. It tastes a little bit like plant matter, if that makes a little not grassy.
This is the face I make when I
mean, it tastes like chili.
Beers.
It's not horrible, but it's not great either. It does have a little spice. I do sense a little spice. You know, it tastes like it might give me fucking heartburn real bad though.
It do taste a little bit
going down. It tastes like kind of ginger ale-y in the chest a little bit.
You know, like the lettuce and the of a taco, the lettuce and the peppers. That's what that tastes like.
That might give me heartburn. Shit.
That's fucking nasty.
Yeah, jalapeno. Not
hatch chili.
It's hatch chili, but it certainly tastes like a jalapeno. You want to show the bottle again? Ooh.
There was one time when I got this Christmas.
Ooh, that's rough.
Pack of Jones soda, or it was Christmas, and there was like sugar plum, but then there was also like roast turkey Jones soda.
Oh my god, that sounds so gross.
That was disgusting.
Oh, that sounds really gross. Jones be doing that though, huh? So what are we gonna do with the rest of that soda? Are you gonna finish that?
No,
I cannot fucking finish that. That's a waste of money.
No, it's not. No, it's not. It's for the experience for them.
That's right. It's for y'all.
To see my ugly ass mug when I taste something I don't like. When I go.
Speaking of her ugly ass mug, I'm just kidding. I love you. This beautiful ass mug is gonna be on a sticker soon. We do have these ordered for the Alienated. This will be, I guess, an Alienated exclusive sticker pack. At least the first rounds will be the Alienated sticker pack exclusive.
See, Ashel said business expense.
I need to get this as an LLC is what I need to do. Also, these bitches will be coming in the sticker pack as well. If you ordered something recently from me, those will be coming with your order.
Trucking.
Shit, yeah, New York City Trucking. How's it going?
What's up,
17 whoops, family. 17 whoops back to you, man. Good to see you in here. It's been a minute. But yeah, sticker packs coming to the Alienated. If you're on the Alienated tier and you would like a sticker pack, I will be putting out there into the universe or the Humble Among broadcast system requests for your address, because I'm going to need to send them out to all of y'all, and that's going to take me a minute to put together, but I'm planning on sending sticker packs out to everybody who's the Alienated.
On some real shit? This
especially these fucking... y'all need the offended chicken nugget.
This feels good nugget on my throat.
It feels like a ginger ale a little bit, right?
Yeah.
You should probably keep sipping on that. That might actually help you. That's a good
Gifted
point.
5 humble.
Yo! This motherfucker Rozelle just gifted 5
members. To Darby.
Darby just became a member of the Alienated. Spooky is a member of the Alienated.
Chaos Chevy,
Mr. member of the
Plague.
Alienated. Lynn, member of the Alienated. And Mr. Plague, member of the Alienated. Yo, that's so fresh. Yo, I didn't, Rozelle. Someone said Rozelle. I don't remember him doing it before. He must have done it before when we were on live.
He's done it before.
Yo, that's fucking lit. Yo, Darby, you can now, all of y'all that just got members of the Alienated, you can go and watch the membership exclusive shits, including me getting a vasectomy, which is probably the highlight, right?
I just got an address for Adam to send him a sticker pack because he's in the Alienated.
Fuck yeah. Make sure you guys really send those when I put the call out there, because it's gonna take a couple of weeks for these stickers to show up, and that's when I'm gonna send them out.
We love you, Rozelle.
Shouts out to Patrick Duffy. I think that's Patrick Duffy from the punching down, the This Week in Juggalos
Hey.
dudes. Shouts out to those motherfuckers.
Let me just say, Razel, I just want
Love
you
you
to
guys.
know that I was gonna get you a pair of the Lisa Frank Crocs, but they don't come in your size. And so I'm very upset.
What was the size?
He's a fucking 14 wide.
Darby, I'm not watching you get your nards clip, man. Well, you don't actually see that, but you get to see how fucking nervous I am right before and
I got to watch.
I guess right after.
I
too.
watched. They put them on a little
The
thing.
funniest shit about that is the puff of smoke that goes up when they're carterizing the fucking
Yeah.
the veins, if you will. There's a literal puff of
Oh,
puff of
it's a
smoke
15 and a
for each
half
one.
wide, not even a 14.
Holy shit. Yeah, damn. What do they go up to 13s?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you traumatized? No.
No.
I loved it.
That's
Literally,
hardcore as fuck.
literally, I was eye level because they put him on the little bed to like raise him up so they could operate on him, and they like whoop, and I was eye
I did
level
not look at all.
with his nuts.
My eyes were to the ceiling and
I
shut
watched
for
that
for all
shit.
of that shit.
I was fascinated. Don't
So I
forget.
figured if it don't look, it's not real.
Don't forget, y'all can use chat stickers for whenever Stoney says anything or Emily gets offended.
Yes. By the way, that's another big perk of being the alienated. You now can use the exclusive emojis. Emily's gonna share a whole bunch of them right now. Offended Nugget, Stoney in Ecstasy, Cloaca, and Green Alien Boy. Stoney in Ecstasy's a fucking hot one though.
When you watch your man's nuts get cut off, that's some hardcore shit.
Hey, my nuts didn't get cut off. Let's chill the fuck out here.
I thoroughly enjoyed
It wasn't a neutering. Jesus Christ.
That's what. No, that was a neutering.
No, it wasn't.
That's what they do when they
What?
neuter cats.
I mean,
they do the same
My
thing.
nuts are still intact. My nuts are still here. My nuts are still here. That's also my nut face, Stoney says. Yes. I mean, the ecstasy face. Whoa, a question mark.
It's a Do you have an Android,
Yeah,
Anthony?
that might be why. Here is the, we don't have any cool shit to unbox tonight, but here is the P.O. Box address if you would like to send us
Pain
stuff.
Olympics.
Here's the next show I will be performing at in Worcester, Massachusetts, May 27th. Come see me. I have a couple other show announcements soon for stuff going on in June.
Say
Shouts out to
meow.
Woody. Meow?
Papa told you to say meow.
Meow.
Because you're a cat.
Shouts out to Michelle in here. Whoop whoop. Woody made this really cool flyer for getting me on the Gathering of the Juggalos any stage. Shouts out to Woody for making this and sharing it out. I
Love
really
Woody.
appreciate it. Honestly, you're probably going to only see me at the Spaceballers event that Camp Shangside is doing. I think Friday night is what they're nailing down with. I think maybe there's a show that's going to be happening on Wednesday as well for this shit. So make sure you come out to the Camp Shangside. It's going to be a whole big thing. I heard something on the Juggalo show. I think Apollo was saying that there's going to be like a whole camp that's looking like a pirate ship type
That's
of
dope.
gimmick. So yeah, that's looking like it's going to be really fucking fresh. But yeah, you can always still request Humble Among for the Gathering of the Juggalos on any stage. I just don't think it's going to happen at this point.
I hope
in
to.
all
That's
reality.
tequila.
Obviously the gimmicks would be it would be really dope synergy, but if I'm being real, I don't think that shit's gonna happen. But definitely Darby for fucking main stage. I mean, I want to see Darby on a fucking stage. I think at this point y'all should be pushing for fucking Darby to be on a fucking stage because that's more realistic at this point for me. And so yeah, y'all need to push for Darby to be on a stage or some shit. Shouts out to Clockwork E though for having me out for the Shangside shit, Camp Shangside in general for having me out. That's going to be a really dope show. Once again, the Team MUJ craft beer thing will also be going on Thursday at the Gathering of the Juggalos. By the way, that's 4 to 5 p.m. in Merch Row. That shit is going down. I don't think I shared that detail when we were talking about it before. Now we're going to get into some shit here in a second. We're going to bring that up and then we're going to talk about it. So Rachel Paul basically confirmed what we talked about last time. If you watched Humble Among broadcast system number 82, and really the last several episodes we've been kind of touching on this, but 82 was probably the one I went the deepest in on it and really shared my thoughts about what I thought it was going on. because it seemed like it was wrapping up, especially with some of the moves I had seen with people online that were related with this, and one-man crew sharing his copyright takedown. It seemed like actual action was taking place, and Rachel had gone quiet, and I called what I thought was happening, that a cease and desist had gotten served. And then Rachel went and confirmed it the next day that a cease and desist had gotten served. She posted this really long Facebook post, which I am going to share with you and I think attempt to read here. Because it's really interesting how she is legally trying to do what is required of her, but also really kind of let you know that she's only doing it because she legally has to. So I want to share this with you guys because we called that shit. We called that shit on here. I was 100% correct. Once again, pat on the back for me for calling that shit. Thank you.
You're such a good boy.
I'm just trying to call it how I see it, honestly. I'm not trying to do this for fucking clout or anything. Honestly, it probably isn't winning me any friends in the community even by talking about some of this shit. But I feel like it would be disingenuous if I didn't cover it, so I was committed to covering it a little bit. But it seems like it is wrapping up, and especially with Jay going on the Juggalo show last night and addressing it directly, which I also kind of asked the Juggalos to ask him, seeing as they would be a fan base with an opportunity to actually talk about that shit. And they fucking did ask him. So props to the Juggalo show, because I even admitted on the shit that I would be afraid to ask him such a question. I would be a little bit shooketh to asketh such a question. So props to fucking Trailer Park Cinderella for actually asking that shit. We're going to talk about that and share the clip of what he had to say later in the evening when I get to the portion where I'm going to break down the 2 Duke interviews tonight. We got a cap with a message. What's it say? You are about to finish reading this fortune.
It's a better fortune. That's more of a fortune than any fortune cookies we've been getting recently.
Yeah, fortune cookies are weird. Okay. I'm going to attempt to tackle this fucking Rachel Paul shit. Let's see. I'm going to have to bring this up one by one in the other thing to get this right for y'all. Insane Clown Posse's lawyer has asked me to retract all statements made against their clients. I did some research, and this seems to be the first step of suing someone for libel. This is very scary for me. I understand that if I do not comply, I could potentially lose my home, savings, and income in this dangerous situation. I accept that this is my reality, and that I must earnestly comply with Insane Clown Posse's lawyers at this time to establish good faith in the court. In accordance with ICP's lawyer's request, this serves as a retraction of any defamation per se against defendants Robert Drumsteady Bruce, Incarnation, Joseph Violent J. Bruce, William Billy Bill Dale, and Joseph Shaggy Tudo Usler, and their families and associated businesses. This is in hopes that I can be exempt from prosecution, especially in my delicate state of mental health, as a person who was indeed in crisis over the past several months, fleeing a relationship and trying to establish a new home. I am in transition. I don't want my new home to be taken from me through the legal system. I don't want to lose my savings. All right, we got to get to part 2 here. Bow, because this goes on for several pages. Let me know if this is boring, you guys, and I should just stop this shit. Because honestly, she's just kind of doing what's legally required while still trying to get the shit over.
That's my thought exactly.
Yeah.
Like, she's doing legally what she has to do, but she's still kind of sideways saying, like...
She's still kind of, like, trying to get her dry snitch. It's not quite dry snitching, but it's almost that. I send this retraction with haste because last evening, 5/2, Joey Shaggy Two-Dope Usler said on a public live stream that those who criticize... By the way, this, by the way, is so wildly out of pocket because she's trying to frame what Shaggy said. By the way, you can see what Shaggy said with this smoking gun comment. She's trying to frame it in a way that's... Even Shaggy says in the clip, he's not saying a literal smoking gun. He's talking a figurative smoking gun, which is a pretty commonly used phrase when it comes to evidence, like real solid evidence, like especially when we're talking about what we're talking about here. at his time would face a quote at this time would face a quote smoking gun. His message was specifically to tread lightly or face a smoking gun. It wasn't literal though. It was figurative. It's a figure of speech. I take this seriously. Statements like, and by the way, it's so weird what she gets to a little bit later on with this smoking gun. Only a couple of paragraphs down. Statements like these make me feel like I may lose more than just my savings in my home in this situation. A smoking gun as a weapon. It's not literal though. It's a figurative. Talking about evidence in a crime. A figurative smoking gun in a crime. That's which you are, you're trying to smear someone for a crime. You're going to need a smoking gun for that crime, for this to really stick. This is why you've gotten yourself in trouble, because you don't have a smoking gun. This scares and intimidates me. Statements like these make me feel unsafe. Just like cease and desist letters that threaten litigation. The fact is, I was threatened by Psychopathic Records Associates in September 2021, with Farmington Hills PD secretary witnessing the attack, hearing another. And by the way, she's still going on with stuff too, so this might not be helpful to her cause. Hearing another threat by this same party is scary to me, but I understand that the character of Shaggy 2 Dope is only a character. He would never actually make me face a smoking gun, would he? No, not Mr. Usler or his family. This is just entertainment with shock value. I'm okay with the smoking gun comment. I hope ICP, I know, right? It's so weird. I hope ICP will accept my retraction and understand that I am in crisis after experiencing neurological damage and severe trauma related to the death of Lanny Chantel in the past year.
I kind of don't like that comment either.
I mean, this stuff's weird. By the way, let me know if I should just stop, if I shouldn't even fucking read this shit. I must specify that anything I have indicated is my opinion only, based on my lived experience, thoughts, and feelings. Only an opinion, a fallible opinion clouded by bad medication. A lot of my words were a reaction to what I've seen, what I've lived, what I've endured over the course of the past year and a half in particular, as I battle to reestablish a healthy life away from my former life in Farmington, Michigans. Plural Michigans. In Farmington, Michigan.
How many Michigans we got?
How many Michigans does it take, guys? This is a process that shouldn't create victims of libel and defamation, period. I understand this. I understand there is a stigma against people experiencing mental health crises. Oh, God. With even ICP's legal team identifying me as a person in crisis and apparently gaining access to my medical history and circumstances. I understand that mental health episodes are often criminalized in our society, that a person experiencing trauma can often present an overly aggressive or present as overly aggressive or assertive. I have worked on this in therapy with an amazing therapist. I am doing my due diligence to get better, and as Robert Bruce has asserted, find my way back. Not to Robert, but my true self. A self that is intelligent, capable, full of love, and deeply spiritual. Hence my ill-fated game of spiritual blackmail with my former family members. All right, we're about halfway through this shit, you guys. My words can and should not automatically be taken as fact, as perception is relative. I am only reacting to fallible evidence that has been presented to me by sources I do not even know. That's interesting. Yeah. Sources first introduced to me by my friend Laney, who passed away. There is no conspiracy or falsified evidence to my knowledge as asserted by ICP's lawyer, but anything is possible. Evidence could be falsified. Sure, I'm holding space for that. I mean, some of that stuff definitely looks falsified. And if the lawyer is saying some of it's falsified, you're going to have to come with better receipts. Right. You're going to have to come with real, shit. I am not a police officer or investigator, period. Obviously. Yeah, it's probably a really important point to make. I cannot make definitive claims and was very wrong to state my claims as definitive or factual when they are opinion and skewed opinion, given my history. Exactly. That's the kind of the point I've been making this whole fucking time, is that it's a very skewed opinion. All of these attacks and allegations coming from people who feel slighted. In a lot of cases, heavily slighted. We got kitties in the place to be. The fact is that I am devastated. Ooh. The fact is that I am devastated at the death of Lanny Chantel. In between 2022 and 2023, I endured 6 months of seizures and essentially 5 months of neurological damage, like recovering from a stroke. I also experienced head trauma and medical ethics violations while institutionalized twice over the past 18 months, as indicated by ICP's legal team in their cease and desist. I felt I needed to flee my home after I endured these crippling seizures and neurological damage, and with the death of my friend, but I am in therapy daily and getting stronger every day. You guys see what's going on here. It is hard to experience so much trauma, and it is not my intention to spread that trauma to others, ever. I am truly sorry for defamation per se or any kind of false information. I was truly disturbed by the evidence presented to me, indicating a long history of the grooming of minors and drug use. This was all very scary to me, and I'm still living with a baseline of fear. All right. We're up to number 5 here. 5 out of 6. But I know I am now protected by my family who loves me. We accept that the legal system... Oh, bye, Steve-O. We accept that the legal system could take our family home and all our savings at any time for saying the wrong thing publicly about a very delicate situation, which maybe is why... Anyway, I understand that ICP can sue me and take a lot from me, courtesy of their legal team. I accept that I may be getting sued by my ex-boyfriend, my partner, for attempting to alert him and his colleagues as to evidence I considered criminal. Perhaps I should have done this privately, not in front of our peers and colleagues. It is not my place to publicly hold Robert Bruce accountable. I am in therapy to grow and hope the court can recognize my development in time, as I now cancel myself and archive a recently recorded interview with an old friend. That was the interview for the documentary, the 2-hour documentary, what the fuck ever, that this dude was going to be putting out, which he also backed down. I think we talked about that on 82, on the very last one, cease and desist. I hope ICP does choose to pity me in my time of crisis, but I understand if they wish to make me face what Mr. Usler publicly calls a smoking gun, both in and out of court. On a personal note, I have a history with gun violence and have witnessed several deaths over the years to guns, hearing of smoking. So she's going right back into what she has already brought up, said it doesn't bother her, and now this is like the third time she's flipped on this. This is pretty wild. I witnessed several deaths over the years to guns. Hearing of smoking guns is very triggering for me, as the thought of being sued for defamation, as is the thought of being sued for defamation by my ex-boyfriend and former business partners. I was too brash. I should have presented them evidence and allowed them to arrive at their own conclusions, but I messed up. She also said she did do that just a couple of just 2 paragraphs ago. She said for attempting to alert him and his colleagues to evidence. I don't know. The wording of this is very odd. Obviously, she's scared, as she should be, because she shouldn't have been fucking spreading some shit that wasn't true. This is why you come correct on here. As a sign of good faith, I formally retract everything I have ever said bad about ICP to avoid further litigation and atone. I will say there is some mounting evidence about... See, this is wild. See, she goes right back into it.
Yeah.
This is not going to be good enough. This is going to get you in trouble, probably. Especially when you go right back into this shit. That's wild. I will say that there is some mounting evidence about drugs and the grooming of minors that I find concerning and troubling. It's clear that I went about... It's so wild she would do that. She clearly doesn't understand what the purpose of this thing is. It's clear that I went about my expression of concern and demand for accountability the wrong way. I made a mistake. I'm glad to hear that ICP's team feels that all allegations are false. That's comforting. They're not sorry that they tricked you. Come on. This isn't going to be good for the court. If you're writing this to be in the good eyes of the court, that this isn't going to look good. Yeah. Some of this definitely looks like you are not really sorry. Wow. I fear that ICP will sue me out of house and home for criticizing them. Worse, I fear the smoking gun espoused by a person of great influence. Because of these valid fears, I will continue in therapy and wait to hear further correspondence from ICP's legal team regarding their potential lawsuit against me for defamation and libel. I'm sorry, and I hope the court has mercy on my family. My goal is to keep my house and savings if I can. I take these charges against me very seriously, Yeah, how does it feel to have such things thrown at you? You should take it seriously,
Yeah.
especially when you're making such serious allegations against someone.
Yeah.
You should have taken it seriously then. And I am trying to comply to the best of my ability with Insane Clown Posse's legal team. You kind of did a bad job with some of the shit here. Stuff isn't going to hold up very well. Thank you. Anyway, I felt like I had to read that. But by the way, there's the dick in Prince King Charles's lawn. So yeah, that's the whole statement. That's probably not going to help. In the Roxys Boil, sounds like a kid wrote it. I know. She's clearly she says several times in all of the posts that she's made that she's clearly going through stuff. But that's not an excuse for breaking the law.
Seriously.
And making the kind of allegations that she was making.
I mean, even just aside from breaking the law, it's just like you're trying to literally ruin someone's life.
I definitely called that shit, though. We were on the money with that shit. You hear that? You guys hear that in the background? That's Mimi, I believe, with... Oh, no, that's two of them fighting. I think Mimi came with their fish, and then two of them are fighting over the fish. Yeah, some cat shenanigans happening.
I just have to say, like, it doesn't hurt to swallow right now.
Good.
Just a little bit.
You want to talk a little bit about what's going on with your sickness? You've been sick for like 2 weeks now.
So I've been sick for like 2 weeks. The first couple of days.
Get off this heavy subject for a little bit.
I was like literally like sick. I had a fever, I think. Maybe, I don't know. I never took my temperature. But I was like lethargic and sleepy. But I guess it caused me to get tonsil stones. And so I realized that I had tonsil stones, and I fucking went back in there and I started fucking digging them out.
So
like
gross.
I literally couldn't eat today because it hurt to swallow. And I was like, do I have like strep or bronchitis? But I don't have no other symptoms other than a fucking sore throat. So I literally just fucking went in there with these long ass fucking fingernails, and I just fucking and I squeezed them out like little blackheads in my throat.
So she got blackheads in her throat, yo. It's fucking,
I feel better though.
I'll be honest, it's kind of fucking gross. It's kind of fucking nasty. Sorry.
You know it was nasty.
Oh, you'll throw me under the bus now. What I do?
Oh no, nothing that you did. What was nasty was me throwing up earlier.
Oh yeah, from picking one of them.
I like got there and I just hit a bad spot, and it's
punch the punching bag back there.
Nails do be equally as tools. Emma's go hard, hardcore as fuck. Thank you.
All right, let's get through some of these other notes. We gotta go way back.
Raw honey and lemon. Thank you, Lonely Dragon. We do have some raw honey that we got sent to us.
So this penis was mowed into the lawn of
who did that?
I don't know. I don't know if they caught the person for King Charles's coronation. Congratulations to whoever did that.
So lit.
That person might not be a juggalo. Or at least they don't know that they're a juggalo yet. But I love that. I thought that was so fucking funny. Very juvenile sense of humor I have.
Gather.
But goddamn, that shit is so fucking funny.
Bro, they did a 1-to-1 scale of mine. That's impressive.
Stony. Oh, man. So this is real. This is a real store that has opened called the Drugs Store in Vancouver. They sell cocaine, crack, heroin, MDMA, 100% fent-free and tested, as you can tell from the sign. It says that on the sign. And they got some prices there for the sign there. It is completely illegal. This is completely illegal. He's doing this as a protest to constitutional rights in Canada.
Can we go to Canada?
You want to go to the drugs store?
I do.
Very interesting constitutional. Stoney says it has to be a trap. If you know a little bit about the history of ganja in Vancouver, how they used to sell ganja at the stores in Vancouver,
that shit lasted one day.
Oh, did they? It's already fucking shut down. Thank you, Rizal, for fucking with the update.
Yeah.
It only lasted a day.
Taffy, I
So
want
that's
to
how
go
that
there, too.
protest did not last very long. Already shut down. God damn. Well, that's that then. Fucker's already shut down. Let's see here. Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductees. So we talked about these last time. The nominees got announced, and Detroit Free Press released an article about the Insane Clown Posse winning the poll that they did several months back.
By 31%, and everyone else was in the single digits.
I'm gonna bring that up a little bit later tonight. But I just wanted to remind y'all that it's just a poll. The inductees were already announced, and Insane Clown Posse are not actually going into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. That was just a poll of who should go in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. That's a Michigan artist. ICP slayed that shit though. And they should be fucking at least considered for something like this, especially if the people are demanding it that much. Anyway, just a little clarification about that. I will bring up that article when we get a little bit later into some stuff tonight. Andre Nicotina, is that how you say this dude's name? You introduced me to him recently with his song Kill a Whale.
Yes.
This dude's pretty fucking fresh.
That was not recently. I sent you that song like when we first
you know what I mean. Recently, in consideration of how old that song is.
Right.
I had never really heard the dude's music, but goddamn, cats are loud tonight. His song Kill a Whale is really fresh though. This is his last show though, apparently, and he's doing a thing with a full symphony behind him. And I think that's really fresh. If you're in the San Francisco area,
his song "Ayo for Yayo" is Kill a Whale's my shit.
Yeah, Kill a Whale is really fucking dope. Really I need to check more of his shit out because he's really fresh. I just wanted to. I saw someone saying he would be dope for The Gathering. I think is how I actually found out about this show. And this is his last show right before The Gathering. So I don't know if he could get him to do one more. But
so I don't know if you realize this, but if you go to your Spotify playlist, and you see playlist, you have a fucking playlist called Emily.
Yeah. With Kill a Whale?
And that's the song on it.
That's our shared?
No, you made that. When I first sent you the song, you made that playlist called Emily with that song.
I don't remember that. Do not remember that.
You're so silly.
I am a silly.
This boy don't remember nothing.
My memory's trash. What can I say? Why do you think I have notes for the fucking show? My memory's trash. Speaking of which, where are the notes? Okay. Before we get into
He's so confused.
Music stuff.
I know, seriously.
I do not remember doing that at all.
Because I remember, it was like when we first met.
Yeah,
so I was creeping on your Spotify playlist, just see. And I was like, oh my God, he made a playlist called Emily. And I was like, and it had that song on it.
Let's see here. So let's talk about the movies we watched this week.
Whoa.
What?
Medicinal Mizzle. Right? Am I reading that right? Medicinal Mizzle. What's Gucci, Dookie, Coochie? How y'all doing? I'm a big fan. I don't hang from the ceiling. I saw your
Yeah, I can't read the name.
Video GOTJ, and I've been hooked ever since. It's Medicinal Mizzle.
Yeah. Backwards, though, and upside down, kind of. Thank you for watching, and thank you for tuning in tonight.
Let me know if I'm reading your name right.
Medicinal Mizzle, or Mizzle Medicinal? I don't know. He sent it again. Well, thank you for tuning in. Mizzle Medicinal or Medicinal Mizzle?
Medicinal.
Medicinal.
Spooky scary.
Real spooky scary. So we saw. Well, I show. Excuse you. You're excused. I showed Emily Unbreakable, the M. Night Shyamalan, Shyamalonian.
I have never Shyamalama Ding Dong
film with old Bruce Willis there.
Bruce Willis.
You'd never seen it before.
No,
I'm a big fan of it.
I've never seen it, and then I was not looking forward to it because you were like,
it's kind of like a superhero movie. I should not have said that. I should not have said it's kind of a superhero movie. I don't like superhero movies. Because
you
don't like superhero, but it's not really a superhero movie. I should have let Mizzle Medicinal. So it is Mizzle first.
Medicinal. M. Night is always risky.
I
Facts,
know.
Relic.
He's so hit or miss.
So fucking true.
We talk about that on here quite a bit, how hit or miss he is.
And the thing is like...
A Knock at the Cabin was probably his best work in a long time.
The little boy that was in this movie literally looks like... The way you described it was best. It looked like they wanted the kid from Sixth Sense.
Yeah, but they couldn't get him.
So they, like... used to replace... Like, he literally looks the same.
Let's get together that kind of looks like the kid from Sixth Sense.
You all upside down, though. Papa, I picked up on that, like, pretty early, the whole, like, upside down thing.
There is definitely an upside down thing going on in that movie.
Old was something
did
else.
I watch the D&D movie? No, but I've heard that the D&D movie is fresh if you're actually into D&D. Yeah. I've heard it's actually fresh if you're into that shit. The Village is dope. I like Signs a lot, too.
Old sucked.
Old was weird.
I didn't like it.
My thoughts on Old was M. Night Shyamalan was trying to get a vacation to Hawaii. And he made real quick, he wrote a script like over the weekend to get an excuse to go to Hawaii on vacation. So that movie's all over the place. I do like aspects of Old though. There's like little bits and pieces I fuck with. It
reminded me a little bit of Lost.
Yeah. With the whole you don't really know what the fuck's going on element of it.
And it's on a beach.
We also watched last night, I'm Just Fucking With You, which I think someone on here recommended to us a minute back. But also I saw people, I think, on Twitter talking about this movie. This is a part of Blumhouse's, their monthly series of films that they were doing on Hulu some time back. I've never seen any of them, by the way. I've never seen any of these Blumhouse horror movies that they were dropping monthly bitches for. But this is one of the ones that's highly recommended and probably the most recommended out of the whole pack. I'm Just Fucking With You.
So good.
Pretty fucking dope.
So good.
Kind of a movie about paranoia in a way, and about online behavior and how people can feel protected behind. It's about a movie about trolling. Really, in a way.
Mizzle Medicinal called him M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong.
Yeah, his movies are shit 99% of the time.
I literally
especially lately. He's really been shitting. He's really been shitting. Black Mirror comes back in June. I can't wait. How do you think the writer's strike? That's an interesting segue to get into this, Relic. Thank you for that. How do you think the writer's strike stuff will affect Black Mirror coming back? And how ironic that they're protesting AI writing. Do you think they will write... Do you think they'll write? That's the ultimate irony, right? Will they write Black Mirror episodes with AI? They're protesting because of AI writing. Essentially, that's from one of the biggest reasons, from what I'm understanding.
To me, that's kind of weird because that seems like.
So the writer's strike won't affect it at all. Juggalo says.
Oh yeah, it's already filmed. Weird.
God, it'd be so fresh if they got AI. I feel like they kind of have to do that. Oh, we got the question marks. AGTV with the Android.
Yo, you.
Oh, we can see it on the screen though.
Somebody just scratched my fucking foot.
Cats are going wild tonight. Catamania is running wild. I think we're about to get a year without professional content. Everybody could strike. Yo. I mean, that would be fucking crazy. Do you think I mean, is this the type of thing where they lean heavily into AI instead? I don't know. It's fucking... Eric, have you seen the sci-fi series Blood Drive? It's a grindhouse film that's badass. No, I haven't seen that.
Put it on the list.
Going on the list.
M. Night Shyamalan should just write those choose your own adventure books. I would be more invested.
AI writers don't get paid enough. Yeah, you know, I've seen a lot of like creatives on my Instagram, comedians specifically, who write for Netflix shows who are out there protesting. Mike Mitchell from Doughboys is one of them out there protesting, I saw. So yeah, it's definitely like, it's an interesting time. This is like the first time, by the way, people are protesting AI for creative reasons. And I think it won't be the last that you see actual protests over AI. I think this is gonna be quite controversial for some time. And I don't know if AI is a good or a bad thing. I'm not, by the way, when I talk about AI, I'm not trying to say it's a good or a bad thing. I just think it's fucking interesting. Scar says, yo, I finally caught a live stream. Welcome, Scar. I haven't seen Renfield, Tobias. I do want to see that though. Love Nick Cage. Nick Cage is the shit.
Planet Terror.
Whoop whoop. Yeah, we just saw Planet Terror. Did Planet Terror just Planet Terror we just saw last week. That shit was the shit. The shit was the shit. The shit was the shit.
Which one was that?
Planet Terror was the zombie movie with all the gross out stuff. That was we watched as part of Grindhouse. The Quentin Tarantino, Robert Rodriguez thing there, the double feature thing. Yep. Haven't seen Guardians yet. We still haven't seen the new Evil Dead yet. We haven't made had a chance to go out to the movie theaters to see anything.
I've been working like a damn dog, y'all.
Yeah. That Bew is Afraid. We haven't gotten a chance to see that as well. That's another movie I want to see. Guardians, I think, is playing downtown though, so we might go try to catch Guardians for cheap. Willy's Wonderland is my favorite random ass Nick Cage movie. Haven't seen that. New Evil Dead was shite. He says it was shite. You're like maybe the only bad review I've seen of it, Juggalo. What'd you think was shite about it without spoiling it? I've literally seen like so many positive reviews about it. That's like the only negative thing right now. I've you in the chat saying that. Definitely check out Willy's Wonderland. We might watch that tonight. We might just watch that tonight. The new HABS video was better than the new Evil Dead movie, Juggalo says. Holy shit. What's so dope about this new HABS video is my next question. Seriously, I'm curious why you thought it was whack though, Juggalo.
Tail.
New Evil Dead started off weird but got real dope. Maybe it's too spoilery to talk about it. In that case, don't ruin the shit for me. All right, I think we got most of that other entertainment shit. Oh man, I don't want to bootleg the shit. Whoop. I know it's like so easy to bootleg some of this shit, but I do want to I want to go out and actually watch the shit in a movie theater and support the movie industry a little bit. That shit's gonna go away.
Stoned.
Good night, Tobias. Hi, watch You're the Worst, Better Things, Difficult People, all on Hulu by FX. You're the Worst, Better Things, Difficult People. These are all 3 different shows?
I'm gonna screenshot that.
Thank you, baby. I've never heard of any of those. Or if it's is it one show? Yeah, all on Hulu, so it's 3 different shows.
What sucked about the new Evil Dead was that it missed the point of what made the originals fun. None of the fun, charm, and all more modern horror tropes.
I can see why you would have that.
Yeah.
If you're a fan of the silliness of some of the early Evil Deads, I can see why you would feel that way. Because the other remake is pretty fucking grim, and a lot of that fun is drained from the movie.
The third one, right?
And I'm assuming they went further into that.
That's the one that reminded me of
Army of Darkness?
Yeah, that's the one that reminded me of a Spam-A-Lot. What the fuck is
it? Like a Monty Python?
Monty Python movie, yeah.
Damn near a comedy at that point. I mean, it pretty much is a fucking comedy in my opinion.
When you watch Willy's Wonderland, pay close attention to Nick Cage's lines.
Word. Okay. We got a lot of love for Willy's Wonderland in the chat. I feel like that might be what we have to watch tonight.
Yeah.
Watch HBO Succession. Rain Dogs, Somebody Somewhere. I definitely am curious about Succession. What's Rain Dogs and Somebody Somewhere, though? We're going to have to watch Willy's Wonderland. It seems like a lot of people are
Missy, can you chill the
asking
fuck
for
out,
that.
bro?
All right, Willy's Wonderland we'll watch tonight.
Missy, get out.
We're going to show that clip in a little bit. Jay on the Juggalo show. Let's keep it moving because I got a lot to talk about as far as breaking down those interviews. Dropout Kings has released their full album, Riot Music. They've been promoting for some time. Been dropping some singles from that shit from some time. I haven't gotten a chance to listen to this yet. It was one of the only things from this week I haven't got a chance to listen to that I wanted to. The new, was it Conway the Machine, I think, had a new fucking album that dropped as well. Yeah, Conway the Machine, He Won't Do It was the other thing that dropped this week I wanted to listen to. I haven't got a chance to. But I wanted to show some love to this anyway because Dropout Kings is fucking fresh. This is probably my favorite thing to come out this week. So many other realities exist simultaneously by Atmosphere. Fucking return to form. I feel like it feels like old school Atmosphere vibes up in there. Really funky, really weird. Lyrics are fucking great. Slug really fucking killed it with this shit. Ant really killed it with the beats. That artwork, I love that artwork. It's on some weird shit. Atmosphere for the Gathering of the Juggalos. I really want Atmosphere to fucking play. This is also a really surprising release. Didn't expect them to do this. This is the new Suicide Boys EP. I haven't played you this yet.
No.
So the cool thing about this, I get to tell you, I don't think I even got to tell you in person yet. They did a thing where they pitched one of their voices up on some like tape effect shit, and the other dude pitched his voice down. I don't know who did what. Do y'all know who in the chat who did what?
Wow.
Did Scrim go up or down? Did Ruby go up or down? I'm not sure who did what. But I noticed that shit. Every song, there's only 4 songs on this shit, and they did that shit on every song. So really fun, and it sounds like it's straight up from like early Memphis rap days. It sounds like it's straight up from that shit. It's got like a kind of a lo-fi sound to it in general, like almost a tape effect over the whole tape.
So you said
really fucking
it
dope.
only has 4 songs, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what is it considered?
An EP.
What the fuck? Now I'm gonna sound like a fucking idiot. Maybe y'all gonna call me fucking stupid. Whatever. What the fuck is the difference between an EP and an LP?
EP is extended play released, which is confusing because it makes it sound like it's a longer release, and a LP, from what I understand, is a long play record.
Got it.
EP and LP. Do I have that right? I think I have that right.
Got it.
Breaking out some like early nerdy hip hop knowledge shit. I feel like I'm on horrorcore.com forums again asking that question. That's definitely like a question I asked back in the day, I think.
Don't call me stupid, y'all.
It's not stupid at all. It's a valid question.
EP 30
Oh, there's
minute.
a time limit for some people's definition too.
Bridget Everett is a comedian who stars in Somebody Somewhere. She's
wild. Somebody Somewhere.
Did we watch that?
No, I don't. That Somebody Someone's a Korn song. New Lazy and Crazy. I think this is up now, y'all. Hold
y'all
up.
got any girl shorts? You got some booty shorts up in there yet?
Nah, this is a special art drop. This is for the
Girls can't wear special art.
Insane Clown.
No, sorry. This is special art, so no girl clothes.
For the Insane Clown
What
paintings.
the hell fucking mean about
Yeah,
it?
that shit is up at Lazy and Crazy Clothing. You can go get that drop right now. So, once again, there's a benefit from doing 2 of these a week. I can actually come correct with this stuff actually being still for sale instead of being like,
See,
this was for sale. Hope you got it.
said-
It's gone now.
Tell him, M.
No,
Special
no
art.
girls
No
allowed.
girls allowed.
Oh my God. I'm sorry. Shaggy, you gotta make some girls' clothes here, even if it's a special art drop.
Even if it's a special art, especially if it's a special art. I am the special art in your life, motherfucker. Remember that.
Oh fuck. God, that is so fucking funny. God damn it. Darby O Trails' next show is this Hellscape 3 gimmick going on in my North Miami Beach. Let's see, May 13th. Mad horrorcore artists on this shit. Go check Darby out if you down in the Florida area. On some horrorcore shit. Darby looking like he's closing out this show with some art. I do not know any of these artists on here, but I'm assuming that's all horrorcore shit.
Rejected Drana. Falling God. Doomslayer.
I think there's a more updated version of this poster with even more of the artist names on it. I need to get that shit. Oh, let's see.
I am the special art in your life. Damn motherfucking right.
Oh, some other music shit that came out. Is Tasha The Scrub Swallowing Centipedes came out this past week. HP Lootcraft on Twitter recommended this to me. That shit I did listen to, and that shit was fucking dope. Really interesting. Kind of 9 Inch Nails-y Ghost Main vibes. It's on some rap shit, but it's got like a lot of industrial influence to it.
I
Swallowing
still haven't
Centipedes.
listened to that new Fat Nick
The
pop
punk rock
thing.
the pop punk shit. We talked about that last time. What the fuck was the name of that song? Give that some love real quick. It's the one we talked about last time, guys. That song is on some pop punk shit. Which he teased that song like shit. I want to say last year.
Punk rap.
Songs on the radio. That's the name of it. Say again.
Nate Money's True Punk Rap.
Is that a new release? I do not know that. It's another new release. I'm assuming. Clown Devil Boy.
Emily feel
Oh
like
yeah,
she's
swallowing centipedes. Yeah,
Emily feel like she's swallowing centipedes right now with all them throat
you
rocks.
hate centipedes.
Motherfucker. First of all, that's exactly where my brain went to, Lil Taffy. Second of all, if we're gonna talk about how much I hate fucking centipedes, they crawl up our fucking shower drain. And they fucking chill in our bathroom.
Yeah, they chill in there. I think there was one in there yesterday.
Like I said, sometimes I don't even know they're in there till I'm like naked, wet, and vulnerable, and it's scary. I call centipedes
Gerald's. There's a Gerald in the tub. Illegal revealed that she has returned to the music scene in a new persona called Wraithy, a DJ persona.
Which I'm gonna have to fucking listen to.
That's WR the number 8 THY on SoundCloud. She's got 2 mixes up and a remix song of the song Low, and I think got a lot of projects in the work. This surprised me. I did not know that Illegal was the one behind Wraithy. I had seen some of the Wraithy posts.
I just put it.
But this definitely surprised. Yeah, thank you. Spelled it like Emily just spelled it in the chat there. Go check that shit out on SoundCloud. That shit is really fresh. I really like seeing some of the DJ culture shit coming into the Juggalodium. Shouts to Andrew Ponix, who's another fantastic Juggalo DJ in the underground.
Boy!
Go check out Andrew Ponix's shit. He's so fucking dope. Need to get that other fucking vlog up with the killer footage from him.
Said naked, wet, and vulnerable got me coughing, laughing.
Naked, wet, and that's a movie?
No, that's what I said about me with the centipedes in the tub.
Oh.
I said sometimes I don't. That's a movie.
I'm an idiot.
That's a new movie.
I thought that was from the recommendations.
No, that's
such an idiot.
That's me when I don't see the fucking centipede till I'm already naked, wet, and vulnerable.
Well, that should be like your life story: naked, wet, and vulnerable. You in the tub with the centipedes.
Worst horror movie ever.
Let's see. So Bridget was on Don Chaos's podcast, and she revealed that Juggalesque is happening at the Gathering of the Juggalos this year, and she will be performing at that. Her rap songs at that. So that's a little sneaky Gathering of the Juggalos announcement for y'all. On some more official shit, we'll get into this here in a little bit.
Now Clown Devil Boy is coughing, laughing.
We'll actually save that. We did the Rachel Paul shit, so let's just keep going. I might have to come back.
In the tub with Gerald, the Emily story.
In the tub with Gerald's. See, that's like a horror movie. That sounds like a horror movie. Oh yeah, Team MUJ played new songs also last night. That's right. Thank you, Relic. I haven't gotten a chance to watch that full stream. Go check out the Team MUJ stream from Saturday as well. They got 3 new Bridget songs on that shit. Really excited to see what Bridget does. So Ouija Mac has wrapped up the Ouija Knievel USA tour. Finished it out in, Houston, Texas. I don't know for sure, but I think basically going forward after the Tampa show, I think Devereaux went on the road with Ouija. This is, by the way, the first time that Devereaux and Ouija Mac have ever been on stage together.
Really?
Apparently. According to Strife, according to Strizzle on Twitter. This is an image of them two, a GIF that he posted, them two together on stage for the first time. I think this was at the Tampa show. And I think Ouija went on tour. Or Ouija went on tour. Devereaux went on tour for those next few days, it seemed, with them.
Relic just said, Ouija Mac make a fat bitch's titties clap. Can confirm. Can confirm.
Let's see. So the next tour up is the 3-Headed Monster tour. I did see something on Facebook about maybe the ATL date getting canceled or rescheduled or something. Just a little heads up on that, the Atlanta date.
Why?
A scheduling conflict. So I did see that. But they reposted the flyer this week, and I thought they had changed it. But then I noticed there's really no change. So I'm not really sure if that's accurate. Someone posted an email, though, that they had gotten that the shit had gotten rescheduled or canceled due to a scheduling conflict. Still on the poster, though, so I don't know. We'll see.
What's Gucci?
And
the real popcorn.
Let's see. So the tour is wrapped up. This will be the next tour Ouija goes on. You can catch Violent J on. I think we're about to get into
He
the
also
stuff
said,
here.
"Whoa" on Bleed with Humble Among. Also, can't
Yo,
confirm.
yeah, he did say whoa. That whoa was pretty fresh. Spanky Too Dope, Shaggy Too Dope, going on tour as well. Starting at the end of this month, right? It's the end of this month it starts.
Shut the hell up,
Cry
Steve-O.
baby. Steve-O really crying.
What, babies? Come here.
What is it?
Oh, or go to him. That's fine. Little daddy's girl head ass bitch.
No.
You're so cute.
Oh no, it's not the end of this month. What am I thinking? Yeah. It's in July. What's the matter with me? Look at you. What are you doing? Going into July and August, and apparently a September leg going to be happening as well. I cannot see this shit on my little ass OBS screen, so I had to pull that up, y'all. Little behind the scenes stuff. Jesus Christ, Steve. Okay. You gonna chill? No, I'm not gonna chill.
So, you know how, like, some people baby wear their babies with those little wraps? When this one was a kitten, I used to fucking wrap her with those little wraps. And walk fucking around with her in my little... hanging from my little chest. Oh my God, Steve-O.
Good girl.
Kitty want a cracker?
Shaggy Too Dope's new single, Illuminati Don't Want Me, came out on Friday as well. New music stuff. All right, now we're going to get into the
Steve-O
real
showing
meat
her
of things.
butthole.
ICP. Violent J from the ICP will be participating in some sort of wrestling match.
Yes, a swaddle Wakanda, thank you.
This is still up for order on Psychopathic Vault with the Pitch Black music video, which did leak, by the way. You can find the Pitch Black music video on YouTube. Oh, shit. LHRPG, Yo Humble and Emily. You guys got me 11 new subscribers. Thank you so much. I hit you with the subscribe. I'm one of them.
Oh my God, get your asshole out of my face.
Go give LHRPG some subs over there. Steve-O.
In my best TPC voice, Steve-O is a thuggalo.
Steve-O is a thuggalo. Look at this motherfucker. Just does not give a fuck. Does not give a fuck.
You could fit 17 Steve-O buttholes in actual Steve-O buttholes. Facts. Facts.
Oh boy, that's Steve-O butthole picture. Hi, Steve-O. You gonna come down? Good girl. All right, now let's continue. So distracting, these cats. There's the match. There's the match.
Sobs 83.
All right, we're gonna get into the gathering stuff. I think what I'll do is I'll go through. Yeah.
Hello. Yes.
Yeah, we'll go through the two interviews first, and then we'll talk gathering stuff. That sound good to you guys?
Sounds great.
All right, so Violent J was on the Finn McKinley YouTube channel. Now, he did two interviews this week. Two interviews dropped this week from Violent J. This one was filmed, I want to say 3 weeks, a month back. Initially was when Finn dropped the tweet saying that he was interviewing Violent J that day. So this is a little bit older, this interview. This wasn't actually from this week or anything. This is from, whereas the Juggalo show interview that we're going to talk about was live last night. So there's a little bit of a difference in some of the stuff in these interviews that I think I will touch on as we go through this shit. So he starts the interview out asking about Shaggy drop kicking Fred Durst. Jay says Shaggy fell off the wagon that day, which is something I had never heard before. I hope that's not dry snitching on Shaggy a little bit there. Says they have apologized to Fred. They're cool with Fred. Asks Jay about the newfound respect the media seems to be showing. Talks about playing the big festivals and how the normies would always no-sell them back in the day. And then he tells that story about being on stage for that Vanilla Ice show in Detroit and the huge pop that he got from the crowd when they came out and they actually realized, oh shit, they really are here. and just how the mainstream people seem to be more comfortable in that kind of a festival environment, where and it made him realize that, you know, the mainstream culture is changing. Really, it's interesting. It's an interesting perspective when he talks about that kind of stuff. Said something changed in that last 15 years in between those early festival days and the newer festival days. Jay says that he's always cared what people think, even when they were the most hated band in the world. That was because the Juggalos showed them so much love. It didn't really matter. Says it's the new generation. And now that the kids are just more open to the bizarre, the idea of the insane clown posse is just, the society is more open to it in general. Talks about his daughter asking about using the F word on tracks. Tells that the whole story about if your friends ask you, tell them that your dad was an idiot when he was using those words. Says it was trying to be like Ice Cube, and quotes an NWA lyric about searching and we're down and grabbing his nuts, trying to don't know if they're or what, you know that lyric.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he mentions that lyric specifically.
Juggalo says that he loves Steve-O.
Steve-O's a sweetheart, by the way. You can see Steve-O is a very loving little girl, disruptive but loving.
He said he didn't get along with Ouija at first.
Yeah, we're gonna get to that. That was interesting, right? That's in the Juggalo show interview. That was interesting. Let's see. Once again, kind of dry snitches on Mikey Clark for being gay. Says their producer was gay the whole time. That's, by the way, not new information. He dry snitched on Mikey Clark being gay a few years ago in an interview. Says Ruby's the one who made him say something and actually come out and make statements. And I think it's in that very same interview as one of the major times he really spoke about it. And how being open and talking about it and apologizing probably helped their image, instead of coming at it in a negative way where it could have really hurt them, or just denying it. And, you know, I think that, and, you know, that's something I always talk about. Talking about it and being honest about it is probably the best way of going about stuff like that. Being as honest as possible about that kind of shit. And I just love the way that they approached it, because you can tell he fucking definitely regrets doing that shit. Best thing about getting older is watching young people shine, he was saying. Jay is a fan of the creative hustle, the OnlyFans, all of that shit, all the ways that people are making money. He supports it. Jay says he only watches YouTube, mostly paranormal and Bigfoot videos. He says the gimmick that Bigfoot looks like a guy in a suit. Finn asks about their relationship with hip-hop, which is a great question. Probably my favorite question in the interview. Said in high school that they were the only white kids rocking hip-hop gear, and they were made fun of and for that shit. Now rock and roll and hip-hop have basically swapped, and hip-hop is the #1 genre. Really love that perspective from Jay. Finn says there's somewhere in between rock and hip-hop. Jay's advice to new artists is to not be pigeonholed and to establish a sound. I think he brings up Free Will in this part, in a song that Free Will has, where they have a grunge sound. That Free Will comes up in the Juggalo show interview as well. An interesting little tidbit from that. Finn asks about not really being in the hip hop scene. Jay talks about Juggalos being outcasts. All Juggalos are outcasts, and how, you know, that's such a perfect mirror too. That they're outcasts from the hip hop scene, and the Juggalos are outcasts from society in a lot of ways. Of course, they're going to be outcasts from the hip hop scene. And how there's something in their music that we all relate to. There's just something in the cartoonish violence. There's something in it that brings us all together. When they end up going to a show, they realize that they're not alone. Talks about that a little bit. That's in this, you know, that's something that I felt going to my first ICP show, and especially going to my first gathering. And, you know, I feel like you can feel that in ICP's music in general. I know cat hair everywhere, right? No fucking Steve-O. Let's see. But yeah, saying that the
Cheese
real
House
magic.
is here.
Cheese House, what's up? That was the funeral set. Cheese House latest drop or re-upload is fire. Go check out Cheese House's latest drop or re-upload. Is that the one that you said Cheese House uploaded an old album? I think Relic was in here last time talking about that.
Happy shedding season, girl. You have no fucking idea.
Yeah, there's so much. We need to vacuum in here so bad. Okay. Yeah, that's the re-upload. Go check that out on Cheese House's YouTube. I'm taking it. I have not gotten a chance, I'll be honest, to check it out myself. But Cheese House always comes correct. Cheese House sent me a little clip of something that's really fucking fresh, though.
Wear that humble cheese, y'all.
Cheese?
Humble cheese, y'all. We're gonna collab, bro. Or would that be?
Oh yeah, that's still coming. That's why Cheese sent me a little clip of something, because we're talking about getting ready to do something. My brain literally was like, humble cheese. We're gonna make humble cheese. What's humble cheese? I'm an idiot.
Your eyebrows later.
You gotta what?
I gotta pluck your eyebrows later.
You're gonna pluck my eyebrows.
There's just one little.
You got a little straggler.
It's bothering me.
Shouts out to Cheese House. That's a dope motherfucker right there. Much love to you, Cheese. Love you.
I literally love you so much, Ruby. You are.
Shouts out to Don Chaos in the place to be, by the way. Shouts out to Papa in the place to be. Shouts out to everybody in the place to be. Okay. I lost my spot. I'm trying to find my spot again. Juggalos being outcasts. Where was I? The real magic is the Juggalos. There it is. And back to talking about the come up and how failure wasn't an option. Jay says they're not real and real at the same time. It's such an interesting thing that I never really thought about with ICP. How like they are real, but they're so cartoonish
right
at the same time. I thought that was a really fucking dope perspective on his art. Story about a girl at a show and the look on her face while he was on stage, and how he was talking about there's mirrors behind her while he's looking at her face, so he can see their entire performance, what they're the clowns, the Fago, all of it, and see her face and their performance at the same time. And he's just talking about how hilarious it is, her face. And I thought that was a really fucking poignant moment, because I think just recently on the podcast we did on Bruiser, spacing.
Bruiser.
God damn it. On the last podcast network. I'm fucking spacing it.
I have it downloaded.
What is it called? God damn it. Anyway, I was talking about on there about the motherfucker.
I don't know.
Hold on, I'll look it up. I feel like an asshole. I can't remember the name of that show. Bruiser. Wizard and the Bruiser. God damn it. Wizard and the Bruiser. Absolute idiot. I was recently on the Wizard and the Bruiser podcast basically talking about how when you come into ICP, like as a normie, how bizarre it is to see them. Like it doesn't make sense taking it all in. Like especially if you don't know anything about it, and how she was very obviously a normie who didn't know anything about it. God damn, it took me so long to think of Wizard and the Bruiser. Motherfucker. Don't smoke during stream, kids. Don't smoke during stream. Let's see. Finn says that they can switch between real and serious and not real comedy very easily. That's once again going to the real and not real thing, I think. Jay talking about Juggalos lining up for the shows to be with each other. How they line up early to hang out with each other and not necessarily just because they're fans, and how normies see that and they're like, God damn, they just love those clowns. They just, boy, they can't wait to get in there and see those clowns, when that's not necessarily why we're lining up. We're lining up to hang out with each other. Yeah. And only like the culture really knows that if you're in the culture. I thought that was a really dope fucking point.
Toast is in the house. What's
up, Toast? Jobless Toast in the place to be. Good, still live. I have to make my appearance. What's up, man? Thank you for tuning in. Okay.
Tell your girlfriend she a bitch, but I love her.
That's rude.
But I love her. That's why I love her, because she a bitch.
Jay says he gets the joke. That's why they're laughed at. It's, that's another thing I always talk about on here. I wonder if Jay listened to that Wizard and the Bruiser shit, honestly. A lot of stuff I talk about on that episode, I feel like he kind of echoes in both of these interviews in a way.
Look Jay says, he said he's learning more about the culture from you.
I love it. I love it. That's something he says at the end of the Juggalo show interview too, by the way, we're going to get to. Let's see. Jay says he's comfortable where he is at and doesn't have to prove shit to anyone. That goes into something he says on the Juggalo show about that don't give a fuck attitude. Mentions Shaggy is out there doing his own thing. Finn asks about miracles and people not getting it, missing the point with miracles. And Jay says he nailed it. Talks about watching the kids discover things for the first time. That's another thing I always talk about, that miracle shit. Finn brings up that we don't know how magnets work. That's another gimmick I always bring up. Jay confirms Jay confirms he wrote the line, the magnet line for Shaggy. Or at least he says he wrote that line. Shaggy actually rapped that line, but I always suspected that Miracles was a song that Jay wrote all of it and was like, yo, Shaggy, rap these parts. Finn asks about Bloody Sunday and any connection to religion with that album. Jay says it's a really personal album and talks about Lanny's passing and says that 60% of that album was done before Halloween and Lanny's passing. But he kind of reworked it after the fact. Obviously, I can imagine that was... But if you remember, that album was supposed to drop on Black Friday. So he still had a whole chunk of that album to do in only a month's time at that point. Talks about the Three-Headed Monster tour, says if everything works out, we will be going on tour with Isham. So at that point, he hadn't even finalized the Three-Headed Monster tour, at least who was going to be that third monster. Says Bloody Sunday has some to do with religion, but not really. Doesn't want to call it religion, says it's just my beliefs. Breaks down his beliefs a bit, talking about the concept of hell. When asked if he could label himself a Christian, he responded, fuck no. Finn asks about the bet with Sharon Osbourne. This is something that is also reflected in the Juggalo show interview. And her still owing them money. Says yes, and that even Howard Stern doesn't want to bring it up because he brought it up to Stern the last time they were on, and Stern didn't even want to bring it up on the show. Reminds everybody that he just wants the money for charity. Finn asks about Kid Rock. Jerry says he really respects him, but they have always been different energies. Says it was awkward when they used to hang out. Says he has, he alludes to the story of the overt the overt racism that Kid Rock did in front of his girlfriend that time. That's a whole thing. Once again, in the Juggalo show interview, not so polite to Kid Rock. He's kind of polite here to Kid Rock. Not so polite.
Someone would have asked him about Woe. That's a great point.
That is a good point, Mindfucks. No one did ask about Woe.
That's a great point.
Yeah, I'm so curious what happened with Woe. That is like the big mystery, is why didn't Woe come out on Halloween and suddenly we've pivoted to a solo album? Because that shit don't make sense to me. I still don't understand why that happened. Jay, at the end of the day, Jay does what Jay does, I guess, though. Jay does what Jay wants, I guess, he's the artistic drive for this shit. So, yeah. When you get through notes, your final inconclusive thoughts on detritus. Oh, I got to bring that up, by the way. I don't have final notes on detritus, but last time, I think PP Poo asked me my thoughts on Dream Survey. And I did re-listen to that and remind myself what Dream Survey was about, which I really hadn't dwelled on Dream Survey since we first listened to it. That's a song that goes under the radar quite a bit, but that song is maybe one of the deepest songs on detritus. Dream Survey deals with a bit of the old astral projection thing that we've talked about on here sometime. Yeah, I did mean Dietrich, my bad.
Tetris?
The whole astral projection thing that Ouija has talked about. He actually allegedly practices, I guess, at least according to some of his Twitter posts. He practices some of this astral projection and stuff, but he also ties it into sleep paralysis in a way. And there's a really dope line about cutting the cord, or cutting the line, so to speak, and letting yourself drift away. Dream Survey is probably one of the deepest songs on that album, but it goes wildly under the radar.
Dietrich, Tetris, Demetrius, Tetanus, Tennis, Tinnitus, Tenacious.
Pick a pronunciation, any pronunciation.
I love this. Keep it coming, motherfuckers. Let's go.
But yeah, talking more about the whole Kid Rock stuff of everything. It's, talking about Mikey Clark being the common denominator between him and Kid Rock. Jay tells the story.
Titillating?
Jay tells a story he says he has not told anywhere before, and then tells a story he's definitely told mad places before. And he tells the Mikey Clark all summer long story where Kid Rock got that beat instead of him. Definitely has told that story several times before. Says that there's no hate or no love lost, but he did talk about the racist story and Uncle Cracker having a rebel flag tattoo.
Stop! You told me about this
Doesn't
shit.
want to tell. Doesn't want to tell the story, but I'll tell the story. He basically said the N-word in front of his black girlfriend at the time. That's an old story they used to tell quite a bit back in the day. I think Shaggy might have even told that shit on the Powcast.
Scotty Dub just said, yo, crazy thought. What if the Scroll Keeper kind of shit kept going and we'd get a taste of woe? Like the clowns would be on some shit weird. Like that. I don't know.
Like it somehow slides into Ouija's thing?
Yeah.
That would be weird.
Okay.
Never say never, man. There is supposed to be some Scroll Keeper shit allegedly at the gathering. From
Petri dish?
Petri dish.
Detritus.
Oh, we're still doing the detritus game. The Detritus game. No, I don't want to do work for the music, dang it.
Just gimme.
Kidding. That's my ass at this point. I just want the music. I need to do my homework and get that music if I still can, though. Doesn't want to, let's see. Tells a story about Kid Rock at the Ritz, where Kid Rock drank a whole bottle and then killed the show. Told that story before, I think, too. He has this alternate version of Kid Rock's and ICP's collaboration, Is That You, that Kid Rock will perform live. Said that he's not trying to swing on him, but if he's got a problem to pull up. Which is kind of more the energy he had for Kid Rock on the Juggalo show. Finn asks about the Wraith, Shangri-La, and the big reveal that there was a deeper meaning or message. Talking about thy unveiling.
Scotty Dub just asked a very important question.
Emily on a track? I mean, she definitely needs at least some background vocals or something on a track. That's a good question. We need to fix that. She has not been on a track yet. You gonna write some rhymes, Em?
Do you want me to?
You gonna do your
fall back, take a look at me, you'll see I'm for real.
Shit.
Full feature.
Just do that verse.
I'm coming out with my own EP.
Yeah, EP. Fuck, that's funny. Offended Nugget EP. I don't know.
Is that gonna be my stage name? Offended Nugget. I'm with it.
I mean,
like
that feels more like an alias. That's like your MF Doom alias, like you coming out with the
so
Offended
then
Nugget
what's my
mask.
Stage name?
Emily. Just one name.
Everybody got a cool nickname but me.
Emily is a cool name. MC Emily. That's not bad.
Yo, the wicked.
Spell it MC though, like her name though, like EMCEE. MC Emily.
Well, see,
oh,
actually,
come on, guys, come on.
Toast has a point. Jersey. That's my nickname. My Instagram name is they call me Jersey. So Dirty Jers. That's my.
There's got to be a rapper named Dirty Jers though. Come on.
Yeah, the Wicked Cosmo and Wanda EP.
MC Emily like that, like Ashel just did. See what I'm saying?
You right.
It looks cool, exactly.
M
the Wicked.
Keep it coming, y'all. Keep it coming. MC squared. Smoking pipe.
New smoking pipe. Okay, let me get through these notes. We're almost at the end of the Finn stuff, and then we're into the Juggalo show. Yo, that's wild. You want to show it on cam, I guess? Fuck it. That's pretty wild. Look at that shit. And that's Adam Thomason's new pipe.
Eminem.
And she just covers M songs. She's a rap cover band.
I never meant to give you mushrooms, girl. I never meant to bring you to my world. Now you're standing in the corner crying. Now it's my fault.
Yo, is that a Moldy creation? I'm assuming that's to Adam
90s
Thomason.
mall goth call back and call yourself Emily the Strange. So that's
actually, not a bad one.
That's
I like
actually
that,
dope
Kinks.
because obviously being a 16-year-old kid in the MySpace era that did nothing but shop at Hot Topic, the only comic books I've ever had are Emily the Strange and
Humble M Ung.
You know, oh my god, Umbrella Academy, stupid. All you sucker MCs ain't got nothing on Emily. Stop. Don't make me fucking go in on the Mean Girls rap right now. For real, asshole.
Slim Anus Part 2.
Ooh, Boop Conda said, Ube. Humble Emung.
That's what I was saying. Humble Emung.
Yeah. Emo Emily, Emo Lee. Stop.
Emo Lee is...
No.
You used to get called that, though, by your fam.
My fucking parents. Okay.
She don't like that nickname.
On Christmas one year, just to be assholes, my family wrote Emo Lee on all of my Christmas presents. So, just saying.
Yeah, she's not cool with that name, y'all.
Like it.
Okay, let's finish this out. The race Shangri-La, though, and the unveiling was brought up. He says a really interesting thing here where he says he doesn't remember anyone ever asking him about God before the reveal. No one, he says he doesn't remember a fan ever coming up to him and being like, yo, it's about God, right? The carnival is God, right? He doesn't remember anyone ever talking to him about it like that. I'm glad he said that because I know a lot of people kind of Monday morning quarterback this shit and say like, oh, I definitely knew the whole time. I definitely knew the whole time. In my recollection, I feel like people definitely didn't know the whole time that was definitely what it was. It's pretty obvious now after the fact that that's what they're talking about. But I do feel like it wasn't as obvious before the big reveal. And I thought it was refreshing that Jay says he doesn't remember anyone ever asking him about it being God. Talking about reading a comment someone left. Oh yeah, basically he read a comment where someone told a parallel of my story about coming back and getting it now, which, you know, I don't even know why I put that in there. I guess just because I relate to it. Says that the God in the song isn't just one God, isn't just a Christian God. He meant it to mean God for whatever your God is, whatever God means to you, whether that be Allah, Buddha, whatever your God is. And he says he kind of regrets using the word God because he feels like that's maybe not the right word for it in retrospect. Yeah. I think that's interesting as fuck that he talked about it like that. Yo, the twisted joke was funny, Relic. All right, now we're getting into the Juggalo show and a little bit of the parallel going on. By the way, these two interviews, the Finn McKinley one's about an hour long. Very touches along a lot of the mainstream stuff, the mainstream media stuff you see in ICP interviews all the time. Not a lot of new questions. The best question to me is the hip hop question. Juggalo show interview is way better, way fresher because it's done by fans, done by actual Juggalos. Yeah. You can tell Jay's more comfortable. Yeah. Trailer Park did a great job cultivating the questions, curating the questions, I guess you could say. Great fucking job on the interview, guys. Fantastic interview.
Said something really.
They just didn't have the emotional maturity or language to articulate spirituality versus religion at the time, because that was on some new shit for the community, to be honest. I feel that. Miss Jinx, I think, is on the money with that.
Yeah, facts.
You know, I think it's a lot of fam that were kind of thrown off by that, but we came back, and that's what's so powerful about the Dark Carnival. I'm definitely one of those fam, by the way. I that took me the fuck out of it, honestly. I followed it a little bit more, but I just kind of drifted away after the whole Carnival is God thing. But after I came back, you know, it resonates to me on a different level because I get that shit now. All right, let's talk about the Juggalo show interview. This was a great interview. Go give the Juggalo show a subscribe. Go give them some love on that shit. They definitely deserve credit for pulling off one of the freshest fucking Jay interviews in a long ass time.
They were really on good. It with deleting the comments from the ops.
Yeah, they sure were. They definitely were on it with deleting. I think some of the motherfuckers in here tonight, Whoop Conda, Lil Taffy, I think were some of the people on that shit. But let's see. Let's talk about this shit. Talks about his birthday. Violent J just had a birthday, if you didn't know. And how it's the weirdest thing. He's actually aging backwards now. He just turned 49. He explains the song Some Good Pussy a bit, which he's kind of touched on in some other shit. He's kind of touched on the Some Good Pussy thing and explained it a few times. I think he explained it online one time. But it was interesting to hear further explanation about it. Asked Jay about the Detroit Free Press Hall of Fame thing, which we're going to pull up in a little bit. And TPC calls Kid Rock a notable racist. This definitely makes Jay feel comfortable to just start teeing off with Kid Rock, on Kid Rock a little bit here. And it shows the big difference between the two interviews, how Jay's comfortable here because it's a fan show versus a more mainstream interviewer, quote unquote. A lot more dissing on Kid Rock here versus Finn's interview. Says that Kid Rock has always been suspect, always been maybe a undercover racist or some shit. Kind of really tees off on him a lot differently than he does. But then he also kind of reels it back in at the end as well. Juggalo show attempt to make a Joe Bowl at this point in honor of Jay, but they're missing a couple of really fucking key ingredients. First being Chef Boyardee spaghetti. You got to get the Chef Boyardee. And then you need to get the cheap off-brand cheese puffs, Jay says. And last and not least by any means, this is the most important to me ingredient for the Joe Bowl. You need to microwave that shit. Jay doesn't bring this up. This is me, by the way. You need to microwave that shit in a plastic bowl. It needs to be in a plastic Tupperware or bowl that will melt at times of 5 to 6 minutes in the microwave. You need that plastic to get in there with the melty cheese so you don't quite know what's what. Very important to get a Joe Bowl right. Jay talks about the state of the Juggalo culture, the idea of being a Juggalo celebrity in the culture, and how the size of the culture is not too big, not too small. Once again, how he gets the joke in pop culture, something he touches on a little bit in the Finn interview as well. How even the name Insane Clown Posse is funny. Something I think they touched on in the Finn interview as well, right there. Interesting parallels between the two. You can tell he's just so much more comfortable on Juggalo show, though. Jay talks about the state of the... I already fucking did that. Jay has a song with Free Will. He talks about at this point and how they shot a music video. That's fresh as fuck to hear that. Offhandedly, while telling this story, he goes into another little side story where he says that Little B and him are going to get on a song together. And that Little B hit him up initially to want to be on The Gathering. So, Little B for The Gathering of the Juggalos this year, maybe. Especially if he's doing a fucking song with him. That would be fucking so cool. Nuts. I mean, I would go fucking nuts for that. Talks about the different ways you can get on these days and how that's inspiring. Very similar to the Finn.
Lil Stanky.
Lil Stanky, welcome to the Alienated. Appreciate you. Very similar, once again, parallel to the Finn interview where he talks about the OnlyFans grind and shit. At this point, he addresses the allegations. And I'm going to play you that clip.
We got 20 minutes, by the way.
We're going to finish this up. We might have to do the Gathering announcements that have happened this week on the next episode, y'all. I was going to go through the new Gathering announcements, but we're going to have to do that on the next episode because I don't want to run into Stoney's time. Stoney is trying to go live at 10 o'clock tonight. So go to gather.network and go give Stoney some love. Yeah, we're definitely going to have to do those Gathering announcements on the next one. All right, here we go.
Trailer Park did a really good job interviewing.
Yeah, oh, I gotta pull it up again, that's why. Window. There it goes.
We're gonna talk about the tour. I do want to get this out of the way. Bro, what do you gotta say about the motherfuckers throwing dirt on your name lately? Because that shit's pissing me off, bro.
Man, let me say this, man. Man, all I know is I've seen it all now. You know what I mean? For thought that I would be accused of being a motherfucking pedophile and people buying it. You know what I mean? First thing comes to my mind about that is, you know, speaking to anybody who's been down long enough, you know, for anybody buying that type of shit about me after all these years, you know that I'm a fucking secret psychopath. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
You know, saying I'm a pedophile is like saying, you know, I butt rape old ladies or I'm a cannibal. You know, I'm a secret, you know, closet psychopath at night or something. You know what I mean? Behind the paint and all that. Anybody buying that shit, I don't want them back. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
I don't want them back.
They don't deserve it.
Deserve to be back. For real, that's so fucking cartoonish and dumb. I don't want them back. You know what I'm saying? Like we do without that type of weakness, that type of ignorance. You know, I mean, you can say anything about anybody right now. make a documentary about him,
That's
make
what
it
we've been
sound
saying.
believable. You know what I'm saying? Even before it happened to me, I was saying this shit, you know?
You know, just like you said a minute ago, there's good things to this fucking YouTube shit, and then there's bad side to the fucking YouTube shit. And it's like a fucking double-edged sword, man. It can go both fucking ways.
Listen, man, I don't mean no disrespect to Ishan when I tell you the story, all right? I love him.
All right, at that point, he tells a little story about Isham. For a second, let's see.
I Don't Want Him Back should be Jay's next banger. Ha! I like it.
Let's see. He tells a story about Isham. I don't know how this ties into it exactly, but he tells a story about Isham and Rude Boy and him going. Let's see.
I think the point of it was that.
Oh wait, no, that was later. My bad.
You could convince people to believe anything. Like he was saying that, like Isham said this shit.
Yeah, he tells a story about Isham on the local news saying he sold 1 million of Judgment Day. That was the story.
And that you can put it
And
out
that
there.
no one fact checked.
No one fact checked this
and
shit.
Isham just said that on the news, and then it was broadcasted as Isham sold 1 million.
So when people are just broadcasting that shit all over social media, people don't really feel like they need real evidence. They're just gonna fucking run with that shit.
And Jay says that's where he learned basically the lesson of that everything can be suspect. And you got to watch what you see. Anything can be made into a presentation is what he was talking about there. But then he talks a little bit more about it. He has another clip here we're going to play where he addresses it further. There it is.
Yeah. I love YouTube, bro. I love all of it, you know. But it's the people to the people, you know. I mean, you can say anything you want about anybody. You know, if I'm a pedophile, where the fucking victims at? You know what I'm saying?
Right,
exactly.
Where the pedophiles? You know what I'm saying?
Where's the smoking gun?
It's just so fucking outrageous to say that. You say anything about anybody, you know. And then if you're gonna dig into past quotes or like, you know, things that were said in interviews or whatever, you're talking fucking 30 years of ICP interviews. You know what I mean? ICP interviews, especially back in the day, were crazy to begin with. You know what I'm saying?
They were gold.
You can't even, if you're looking for sound bites or some fucking thing to put together, it's an ocean of it. You know, I'm just saying, there's just, you can say anything about anybody. You know what I'm saying? You could make me out to be a, you know, like Shaggy's new single, you can make me out to be a member of the Illuminati if you put the right fucking documentary behind it and have somebody run around and everybody buying it and other people catching fire and believing it, you know. Right. Suddenly, I will fucking don in the Illuminati out here, you know what I'm saying? It's all, you know, you can say anything you want, you know what I mean? But, yeah, man, I just feel like I've seen it all. But, you know, it's not, you know, it's not anything I worry about in my soul, because it's not true. You know, it's not true. So it's more like the real shit getting out. You know, the things I'm embarrassed about. You know what I'm saying? That's embarrassing. You know what I'm saying?
Like intimate details of such.
That's
you know what I mean?
well, about this than a real. You get what I'm saying?
Oh,
you can say anything you want about me that's a lie. You know, it's like, you know, I'm not going to sit and feel bad about it because it's outrageous, you know? But it's things like, you know, like my prior drug use or something. You know what I'm saying? Things I've been through in my life that, like, are real, that could be embarrassing, you know what I'm saying? But you can say anything you want about, you know, anybody that's not true. When it's happening to you, I guess I could say it's not as bad as you figured it would be, because it ain't true. So it's like, you don't sit there and beat yourself up about it. The thing is, you have no control over it. It's outrageous.
Yeah. Very, very fucking good fucking work getting him to talk about it, because
for real.
that I think that was so fucking needed that he addressed it. Mad props to the Juggalo show for that, because that's definitely was so needed for the culture, them getting him to address this shit. Let's see. At that point, TPC asks about the Three-Headed Monster tour and how Jay's health is. This is another big thing to come out of this interview. Jay talks about the AFib situation and having that condition during the Hootenanny Hoedown, and how he could perform, but I mean, the Hootenanny was definitely, I felt something was wrong with Jay at that show, straight up. If you go and look at my content around that time, I straight up said that, I think on stream after I came back. I know I expressed that opinion to a couple of people at the show. I was worried about Jay. Said he had surgery at some point where they went in through his leg, and now he is back to normal. No telling for how long, though. But this is great news. Jay looked good. Jay seemed in very good spirits throughout the whole interview. As you can see from that clip that we just played. Let's see. We won't bring that up because that's rather embarrassing. He threatens to take out baby oil at one point and really give them a podcast. Says he has a brand new butterfly tattoo across his whole chest and stomach. Trailer Park asks about Jay Day in Dallas and Jay pulling up to Jay Day in Dallas. Jay tells a story about traveling and seeing a random group of Juggalos. That's the other story. This is a story he's told before about him and Rude Boy finding a random group of Juggalos and going to a mini gathering in Florida. Trailer Park asks about if you don't gather, you don't matter. The famous phrase, and asks if Jay is that true, and Jay says flat out no. But he does say that when he talks to people at meet and greets, and they say it's their dream to gather, they've wanted to gather for 20 years and they still haven't. He can't understand that. He doesn't know how that could be. And this quote right here I thought was so dope. I just want more out of Juggalos because I care about them. I think I've almost said that shit on here before. I want them to fucking do that shit, man, he says. I want them to fucking do that shit, man. That's where the whole if you don't gather, you don't matter sentiment comes from. And he's not trying to shit on people for, situations in their life. At that point, he talks about the ability to not give a fuck and how that has power. Says he doesn't care about AI ICP songs. And that he thinks that, like the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, that's going to happen after his death, the AI ICP songs, which there are already AI ICP songs, but they're just lyrics to my knowledge. I don't think there's an actual audio AI ICP song yet. I see here. They do the Trash or Fire segment that they do on the Juggalo show every week. And Trailer Park, and it's wrestling, by the way. Trailer Park, which is obvious, of course it's fire. Trailer Park says he was going to do Twisted, and Jay laughs and jokes that that's like pulling shit out the toilet and saying, is this shit or not? So we get a little dig into Twisted. He does show them some respect later on when talking about Ouija, though. Trailer Park asks who would induct them into the WWE Hall of Fame. Dope fucking question. Which we've speculated on here multiple times about that shit. Jay says maybe Vampiro, if they're cool with Vampiro. Jay says he doesn't watch wrestling really anymore since about the 6 foot, 7 foot video era. They talk about Dark Side of the Ring a little bit and Darker Side of the Ring on YouTube. Jay's a big fan of Darker Side of the Ring. That is some dope YouTube content. If you're into Dark Side of the Ring, definitely check out Darker Side of the Ring. It's not done by the same people or anything. Completely different creative team, but it's like very similar content. And some of it's like, even more fucked up than shit you could probably get away with on TV just for some of the subject matter. It's so fucking dark. Jay says Chris Hansen is his boy and they live 20 minutes away. They send video chats to each other, apparently. Sharon Osbourne brought up again in this interview and says he ain't mad anymore, but he wants their money. Cuts a little fucking Big Money Hustlers style promo real quick. Jay brings up Floobs when asked about the Juggalo shit. And shouts out to the Floobs, man. That shit was dope. Jay says, Juggalo, Floob, whatever you want to call it. It's someone who goes against the grain. That shit was fresh. Jay says Ouija is the best artist that they have ever signed and the reason he doesn't want to sign anyone else. Tells a story. This is really interesting. Tells a story about how Jay and Ouija didn't get along at first. When he first signed Ouija, during the Gutter Water sessions, they clashed on concepts and beat selection. Ouija wanted full creative control, and Jay wanted to do what he kind of does on a lot of first album projects where he picks, I think he said like 6 beats, and he wanted to pick some concepts for the songs as well. Ouija did not like that, pushed back, fought for creative control, and got creative control. Jay said he had 0 input creatively on that album, other than the ICP feature on Diamonds, I would assume he meant. Jay admits he didn't like that at first. He did not like it. But Jay went on to call Ouija his equal artistically. He called
Wow.
Ouija an equal to him. Major props to Ouija. Gives Ouija major props. He also gives Twisted a little bit of props when he's talking about Ouija's work ethic and his hunger. He says Twisted was like that too, though, a little bit. How Twisted pushed back after a little while, and they wanted to do their own thing. They didn't want Jay's input as much. I really found it interesting, Jay opening up on the Twisted pushback. I'd like to hear a little bit more about that, actually, the Twisted pushing back against Jay's wanting to give them ideas. Jay talks about the Juggalati. He brings up a concept called the Juggalati, and I'm like, isn't that CPN's shit, the Jugganati? Wasn't that a whole fucking thing 5 years ago?
Yeah, 8 minutes.
All right, we're gonna finish it up. We're finishing it up. Jay says Devereaux beats reminds him of Mikey Clark beats in so much that they're super clean. Says that Shaggy the Airhead reminds him of Wu-Tang or RZA in so much that they're dirty and raw. And that it's nothing bad against either or. It's just two different flavors. He bigs them up, both of them up heavily. Asked about Corey Feldman at the gathering of the Juggalos, and Jay says he would pay him whatever he could. He would empty his bank account to get Corey Feldman at the gathering. Jay spends every cent he makes, he says.
What's up, Johnny Cold Cuts?
What's up, Johnny Cold Cuts? Babytron in the gathering of the Juggalos. Talk about that a little bit. Jay says Riddlebox is probably the favorite Joker's card when asked about that at meet and greets. But really, it's all over the place because it's really about where you came in, like what era you came in, which is, that's dope. Jay didn't know that they announced at Arrested Development when asked about Gathering the Juggalos announcements. Said that City Morgue is the big score this year and that they're going all out with the alien theme. Jay says to expand the culture. One of the last things he says on the show is to expand the culture and to not just play to the Juggalo community, to talk about more shit other than just Juggalo shit, which is one of the reasons I fucking do that shit, because I want to expand this culture, and I think we're doing a pretty good job over here with expanding it. So that's really fucking dope. Congratulations to the Thuggalo show. That shit is so fresh. You guys got that interview. It's a big fucking deal. That's not a small deal. Violent J going on a Juggalo podcast like that has never happened before, other than fucking Fago Lovers. Which, you know, isn't more of established, quote-unquote, Juggalo news source. Anyway, we don't have much more time to talk about the Gathering of the Juggalos announcements, but we'll talk more about Gathering of the Juggalos stuff next time. Thuggalo show every Friday at 10 p.m. Shouts out to Onstead tuning in. Whoop whoop Onstead. Great fucking job, you guys. You guys killed it. You guys did a great job. Anyway, Thuggalo show, I think, has Free Will on this Friday, correct, guys? Anyway, much love to Thuggalo show. I don't know how they feel about me over there, but I've been pretty consistent with you guys. Love you guys. Hope you guys like me back. Gathering of the Juggalo stuff coming next episode. We don't have time to go through all of this before Stoney goes live. We're almost at 2 hours. And this is me stretching out a little bit more on this episode, and we still did 2 hours, and I'm still not getting to everything I wanted to. All right. So we're going to have to fucking do another episode where we talk more gathering-related stuff. Maybe I'll do a stream where I break down every fucking announcement that's been done so far. We'll do that. We'll do a Gathering Ultimate special. I think Stoney's focusing heavily on Gathering stuff tonight as well. Go to gather.network after we go off air. I think Stoney's going live pretty close to 10. You know Stoney, he's going to be a little bit late.
He just said going live in 10 minutes. He's already getting ready.
All right. We're going to get off of here then. Oh, no.
I didn't even spell.
Good job. We're going to get out of here. I love y'all. Have a good night. Congratulations to the Thuggalo show again. Once again, you guys fucking killed it. You guys did a great fucking job. All right. Love you guys. Have a good night. Whoop, whoop. Thank you to everybody tuning in. Thank you to all the alienated. All the love. Gathering of the Juggalos announcement breakdown spectacular will be Humble Among 84, I guess. We'll go fucking hard with that gimmick. All right, guys. I love y'all. Whoop, whoop. Have a good evening. Bye. End broadcast.